The mouth of the cave yawned before him. Dark, he smelled damp earth, felt cool air on his face. Adventure called. He moved into the blackness, his headlamp cutting a thin beam through the dust. Rocks clattered under his boots. He smiled excited. He loved exploring these old caves. Deeper he went, the air growing thick and heavy. The passage narrowed. He had to duck under a low overhang. His foot slipped. Pain exploded in his ankle. He cried out, falling onto the rocky floor. The headlamp skittered away, plunging him into absolute darkness. He lay there, gasping. His heart pounded in his ears. He tried to move, but the pain in his ankle was unbearable. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through the pain. He was trapped. Time lost all meaning. He drifted in and out of a feverish sleep, haunted by strange dreams. His thirst grew unbearable. His tongue felt thick and dry. He tried calling out, but his voice was a dry rasp, swallowed by the heavy silence of the cave. He thought about his family, his friends. Would they even know where to look for him? The thought brought a fresh wave of despair. He felt tears welling up, but he couldn't even muster the strength to cry. He was alone, lost in the darkness. The fear threatened to consume him, to pull him under. He clung to the memory of his loved ones, their faces a beacon in the crushing darkness. A sound, faint but distinct. Was it water? Hope, fragile as a newborn bird, fluttered in his chest. He dragged himself towards the sound, his injured ankle screaming in protest. The sound grew louder. He saw it then, a thin trickle of water seeping from the cave wall. He cupped his hand, bringing the cool water to his parched lips. Relief washed over him. He wasn't going to die here. He would live. The water gave him new strength. He began exploring his prison, inching his way along the cave walls, calling out, hoping for an echo, a sign, anything. Days turned into nights. Hope waxed and waned, but he refused to give up. A flicker of light pierced the darkness. He looked up, his heart leaping. A voice echoed through the cave. He screamed back, his voice hoarse but filled with desperate hope. The light grew stronger. He saw the silhouette of a figure, then another. He was found. They were talking to him, asking him questions, but their words were distant, muffled as if underwater. He felt hands on him, checking his pulse, his injuries. Then he was being lifted, carried towards the light. He emerged from the cave, blinking into the bright sunshine. The world spun around him. He closed his eyes, overwhelmed by the fresh air, the warmth of the sun on his skin. He was safe. He was alive. He had survived.